So ladies and gentlemen, this is the second day, which actually we had some weather problems because in the morning it was raining. A big storm came yesterday in the evening, which means that it a bit mixed up the possibilities for each shooters. Well, if you're not affected by such weather change, then you're okay, but most of us are affected. Today we are also shooting target disciplines and clay target disciplines. We have, for example, now the flintlock 50-meter standing event, which is called Pennsylvania. It's also demanding discipline. Usually the good scores are here above 95. So 94, 95, up until to 99. What is probably expectable for this competition as well, because we had some very good shooters. We are also shooting replica revolvers and also single-shot pistols on the range now, which is also a quite large discipline. I think in replica revolver we have around 100 shooters, which is quite a good number. Okay, so the board you see here is where we display our results. You can see that all the disciplines for the complete week are displayed, which means that when we have a preliminary or final result, we are of course just changing the start list. The man behind me, here, he is Alois. He is the mastermind behind the scoring. So he's my Alois Lischmann. He was also our head of scorers in 2016, and he's doing an excellent job. He made a special program, a special software for managing a competition like this. Very accurate, very good, and very easy to use. I love it, Alois. Thank you very much. Good work. So, but before the results are displayed, there's a lot of work to do. So now I'm going to show you that work. Come. Scoring room. This is the room where our targets are evaluated. Now you can see that we are not having any job because they are so fast. We have 4 tables. 4 tables are checking the targets. We have 2 targets for each shooter, each discipline, which means you know that they shoot 6 in 1, 7 in 1, and the shots are counted, shots are measured, shots are evaluated, and when we have a checked target, it goes to the computer and data is inserted, and technically that's the point where you are going to have the result list. Let me show you a target. So the way the targets are evaluated, first the worst 3 shots are marked, which will not be counted. You can see on this target that there are 2 9s and another 9 that is not counted, which means that this is absolutely out of the scope of scoring. The final result here is 99. So the next point is to count all the shots that are scored. They count the shots. If there is a double shot, it must be declared when the relay is still going on. If there's a cross shot, it must be declared again. And with each target, 1 slip like this comes in as well. This is from the spotters behind the shooters who are actually checking whether that shot was fired or not. And they can take some notes here if they have the double shot or cross shot that I said. And when all the shots are counted, so we have the 10 shots that we have to score, then it's an easy job. But sometimes it's not that easy, because somebody shooting a group like this, or probably a tighter group, it is sometimes very hard to evaluate how many shots are in that hole. So you have to have skills for that. Of course, we have special tools for that, like these calibers, which help us in evaluating whether a shot is within the greater value or it's a lower value. When we are evaluating the shots, it is not enough if the shot is touching the higher ring. half of the bullet hole must be on the higher side. So if it's only a 10, if the larger portion of the bullet hole is on the 10 side. So we are quite strict on this. So we need these tools to measure whether a shot is inside or outside. But otherwise, it's fun to do. Now let's go to the competition office. This is technically everything what is not scoring. So every administrative job is done here. We have our beautiful helpers here who actually manage the whole competition from the accounting wise, from the administration wise. This is the place where if shooter wants to check his target, can come and get a slip for that little permit that he can check his target. And this is where the claim starts also. So if anybody has a protest or claim, this is the point to start. And then it goes to the arbitration committee. And this is our arbitration committee office. Arbitration committee is the highest level of jury during these competitions. We have a leader for this team. Now it's empty because they are all outside, whether working at the range or at the scoring room. But this is the place where the already scored targets, the first 6 scored targets, comes in. So they double check if the result is good, if the target was scored well or not. So we have let's say a double check and a redundant system for checking if a score is good or not. If the score is still not good because the shooter does not agree with the score, then it is time to place a claim or protest.